Hey, everybody. I had a little bit of a problem getting on again. So hope I didn't leave everyone on the other channel or on the other stream. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day and you're creative. I've been having some great fun with this eco printing. Hey, Christy. Hey, Gina. I was having problems trying to get on. It wouldn't let me come on, so I had to start over again. So, have any of you been trying the eco printing with your Big Shot or Big Kick, I guess it's called? I've been having a riot with it. Yeah, these are the ones that we printed the other day. They're a little starting to dry. They're a little crispy, but I just had them sitting out here, so I think what I'm going to probably do is put some uh, wax paper underneath them and on top of them, and then weigh them down and see what happens to them. They're pretty though. I love the colors of the shiny. Like that'd be pretty just glued on like that as a photo or whatever. Isabella, hello. I don't think you've been here before. I haven't seen your name on the chat before. Welcome. Is it? I can never remember how you said to say your name. Cayenne. Awesome. Well, welcome. Are you into the mixed media arts? This is a really friendly group here. So if you have any questions, if I don't see your question, put it in caps. That way I can see it right away. And if I can't answer it, then one of the ladies in chat will probably have an answer for you. Paula. Oh, awesome. Yes, Paula. Yeah, hopefully she'll be up and running again. I know she was feeling a little bit under the weather, but hopefully she's better today. Yeah, so all morning this morning I've been doing more experimenting and seeing what else I can do with them. It's so much fun, and I'm finding the smaller flowers are awesome. Hey, Joan. So I think what I'm going to probably do if I do more of these, because when I do put them through the Big Kick, it flattens them so much. I think I'm just going to, if I can get them off the paper, or I might just do a bunch flattened and for drawing purposes. Hey, Nana. I'd love to print of that arrangement of the drawing flowers just like it. Yeah, I think I'll. Well, I could probably put it in the scanner, scan it. I don't know how it will come out, but we could try it. If it comes out, I'll put it on the community page so you guys can download it. But I think I'd like to try, once they're dry, spraying them with some kind of matte lacquer of some sort and then gluing them onto a canvas. I think that would look really cool. So we'll see. I'm going to experiment. I got enough flowers here. I can keep doing this all summer. So as soon as some of the other girls get in, we'll see what else we can get into. I've got some napkins out. I did want to do my file folder. So I am behind in that. Wherever do you... Oh, thanks. I thought these were cute. These are... Actually, when I saw this napkin, I thought, I'm just getting them for the bees. Because they're such a neat drawn bee. They'd be cute for using individual ones on your art. So I'm going to use some of them. And then I've got this one here that I can play with. And where does that other one go? There it is. And I had these too. Thought these were pretty. We can intermix them. And kind of each file folder that I'm doing, like this one. Now, mind you, what's the last one? I'm trying to keep them color coordinated. Let's see if I can find my other ones somewhere. Where did I put them? It might be down there. Okay, so this was February. So it's kind of all in the greens and blues. So I have the pockets and the little areas where you can do some kind of writing if you want, that type of thing. This type of journaling is just new. Thought it would be kind of cool to do. This is just a little note for what went on this month. That was one of the paintings we did, so we can take it out if I want. And then that's the back. And then this is March. So see, I kind of have it so that it coordinates with the next one, because these are all going to be stitched together in a book, or maybe two, depending how thick they are. So then there's this. Again, the colors match. And then I had another notes here, a couple watercolors. Mine's mostly what I've done during the month on stream or whatever. This is a watercolor bird I did. And I'm trying to use as much of this of stuff that I've done. So And there's that. And that's the back of that one. So then this one, this is this April? I think so. I think this is April. No, or is it? No. Am I missing one? No, February, March. Oh, this was March. Well, this was April. Okay. I'm missing one. February, March. What did I do with April? Maybe I skipped April. April. Okay. So March. So that's April. So there's still green in it, and the green and black on the tree. So then I did that's my note card. Painting. I can still put stuff in here if I wanted to. This one's just a magazine. I just like the whole thing. It was pretty. Oh yes, the fibs houses. I forgot about that. And that's another magazine. Another note card. That was one of the watercolors we did on stream. And I just use up my scrapbook paper for some of it. Okay, so then that's like that. No, this one doesn't really match. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, yep, it does match. I knew I was paying attention. So then that one matches that. So I have to do something on the back of this one to match this. This will be, this is May, so this is June's. So I have to finish the back of May, so that's why I'm looking at these colors. So I might put some of the flowers in. So get some more green in maybe. Hi, Eileen. Debbie. Dot. Hey, Colleen. Have you done any more eco printing or eco pressing? Did you get your big kick out? Hey, Tori. You're going to today. I was doing some more this morning. I just got addicted. I got so many ideas. I think that would go good with this one too. Might have to put a little bit of the bright green in. Trying to stay away from the orange. And the bees. Whoops. Just I was just showing, these are the ones we used in the jelly plate that I just threw on this paper. But they're pretty. That makes a nice picture right there. So I think I'm going to spray them with something and then I'm going to glue them on because they're a little crispy already. So I might just spray them with something. I did try that that big piece of cabbage. It doesn't work in this when you put them through the big kick. But they do print. This is a print of part of the leaf. So they're kind of cool. Although it almost looks like a lung. There's the lungs. I told you I would try it. I saw it in the grocery store. Oh man, that's got texture. I gotta try that. If it didn't work, I can eat it, right? Gotta try these things while you're thinking of it. You're gonna view vegetables and plants when you're walking around in a whole new way now. You have to bring a little pair of pruning shears with you when you go on walks. So I got this. Oh, these were the black and I got to experiment with this black paper more. That one I liked. I think that one's pretty. But I don't know. You got to do something more than just one color. I love this one. This one, not so much. That's kind of interesting. Kind of vintage looking. Then I'll show you what I did. All right. These were the beach. Well, these were the ones we did the first time. Those two go together. So one is reverse. So one's the backside and one's the underneath. So they do make two different prints. So far, they look good. It'll be interesting to see if they change color or go dull or whatever. That was with the grass. Two different types of. I think this was the Bristol. And the Bristol, you got more of a blue color than a purple color, which was interesting. Bristol and watercolor, again, two different, well, it's not really showing it on my screen, but this is more purple and this is more blue. If you see it in real life, it is interesting that you get two different kinds. This was the papers. And this is really blue. This part here is kind of an aqua blue. And these are the stamens that I took off the poppy. They're neat. And that's just copy paper, and both sides kind of look cool. And then this we sprayed, so you can see a little bit of shimmer in the crevices, because when you do put it through the big kick, it does emboss the, especially this here. It's very embossed, and the stems are very embossed. That was a piece of, it's a very thick, it's almost like a cardstock. It could be a cardstock. But yeah, I went on those. That was the other one. And I'm going to use these too. You can probably use them in something. This one was the PBO. That was another one we sprayed. So you could spray them to kind of make them a little more vintage looking. These are just, oh, I like these though. We can play with these. This is just the deli wrap. Oh, there I played with one of the, I actually put real flowers on my scanner and put the paper over top. So it kind of looks cool. So we could use these in making books and stuff like that, in our journals. Another one. I thought I may as well. I have tons of flowers. May as well use them multi-purpose. That was nice. Greens. I love this one. That one was so nice. That's got the copper from Liquitex background. That was interesting. I like that one. Hey, Janet. This one's, it's all right. I like this part here. You can actually see green in this leaf. So you could double print. That's kind of cool. With a little bit of gold in it. Hey, Paula. That one. So you got to play with them and just keep adding things to them, doing them a different way, or that was the one just on the white, which turned out really good. I really like that. You can see every single little. Okay. Today, this morning, when I was playing this, I actually tried to put something in here on top, because you know how ink changes color when you wet it. So I thought, I'm going to try. But surprisingly, I love the back of it. And it took the emboss of my plate. You know how you get scratches in your plate? That's what all these little lines are. I don't know if you can see that. So the juices went through to the other side and went into the little scratches in my plate. I thought, oh, Let's see. But it's a little tricky to recreate this. I'm trying. So this is what I've been doing this morning. So this is copy paper, and I had different flowers in it, but I still like them. I think they're so cool. So I think we're going to play with some of these and see how we can enhance them. These are just papers I had on top for thickening up the plates. But they're still pretty. They're probably like glued together by sap. I think you could still use them. Backgrounds or whatever. And this you can see just barely faint. I found some more clover, but this time it was the ground clover, and it was the red clover. I don't know if you've ever seen the wild red clover. Look how beautiful blue that made it. And the stem is really cool. And this here, that's called rock rose. It's a flower from my garden. It came out kind of cool. This one, I have to clean off a bit, but I can't even remember what I had in here, but it must have had a lot of juice. But this is awesome. These were these little pink flowers that I'll show you. Those flowers, the pink ones, is what that is. Then I tried putting an embossing. Well, actually, no, this was my one of my stencils that I put in here, and that's what it did. And that's an embossing. So I did put an embossing plate. It looks pretty in the background. Didn't do a lot with the plants, though. There's another embossed one. So pretty, though. That was leaves here. More of those rock rose. This one's cool. This is on an embossed folder. So it took the shapes. It looks pretty on that side too. So you can use embossing plates and your smaller stencils. There's another embossed. This one's kind of cool. So you can see the different shapes. Here's another experiment of the. This was just one of the from that kit from my son, and I put smoke bush flower. It's awesome. If you got a smoke bush, use the flower, the stem and all, because that's what this is. That's the other side of it. So it takes the liquid from the plant changes the ink on the paper. That's why you're getting these bright yellow marks. And then it goes through, and that's what you get on the back. So play with it, printer ink too. It's cool. Here's another one of these. This was just ran through different. That was a geranium leaf. It's very colorful. Look at that. You got green and purple, blues. That was the what bush was that? Can't think of the name of it now. It's got a red leaf. It's in flower right now. That's what the flower looks like after. Can't think of it. It does give a lot of juice, the flowers, so you might have to take some of them off, and so it's less juice. Glue, yeah, exactly. Well, if we want to make a nature journal, there we go. We can get right down to the nitty gritty. You guys still have stuff on it. Still a little bit damp. And this was another flower that I had in my garden, and they came out really cool. They were those little, they're little daisies. I think I got somewhere. I put it. Yeah, they're a little ground daisy. They're bright. This one's almost gone. It's going over now, but that's what this is. So I just laid it on like that. So try different flowers. It's cool. They're still a little damp. See, this one went through too. But you could still use this. I think this would be cool if you put some tea dye on it. Be pretty. I love this one. That's the smoke bush bloom. Look at that. Isn't that cool? That's the smoke bush leaf. So you smush the flower. No, what I did was I put, I found the embossing folders were a little too thick. So what I did was I had my embossing folder, and what I did is I had my paper down, put my plants on, put another paper on top, so the embossing folder's on the bottom. Then put my other plate on top of that and then ran it through. I didn't sandwich it. You can, but I find I don't like it. I don't like the look. You could try it though. So what you would do is sandwich the whole thing like this and put it through. But I preferred these. So the Tim Holtz ones, these are from Wish because they fit just right on my paper. And I would just put that on top or on bottom. They don't work as well on your watercolor. It works best with a bond paper, the stencils, because they are thin. So I imagine if you use the watercolor paper with these folders, they would be better. It's fun. Just experiment. So that's this is the same one. So I had the plant and then this was on top. So one's the reverse of the other. So you can see how I overlapped the plants. So this was on the bottom. No, this was on the top. So you see the overlap of the smoke bush flower over top of this leaf here. And on this side, you see the leaf over top of it. There's another one. And I just picked, weeds and seed pods, stuff that are going to seed are really cool. Like this here. This one right here is blue forget-me-nots. So there was just a couple blue, you can hardly see them, a couple blue flowers right on the top, and they had the seed pods, and that's what these are here, the seed pod. So they really look cool. That's my blue geranium. That was a yarrow. I tried a yarrow. It was pretty squishy. But it still looks cool. You can see the yarrow leaf there. And the stems turn out really neat too. That's what I like about it. One's a little darker than the other. And you can use both sides, which is nice. That's what this one was on top. So these come from the same one. So you can see a really light, faint leaf in the background there. And that's the leaf there. So overlap your stuff too, because it gives a really neat effect. I love the blues and stuff though. And that was just pine, or not pine, cedar. And these are the poppy stamens and they're blue. They came out blue. I got my new Stencil Girl Club pencil set. This was really cool. So see, these are those clovers I was telling you about. So they're a ground clover, but they're red. And they have this is like a really nice aqua color that they came out. And these are those daisies. So you see the center, and you see the petals. And that's some more of that, the seeds of the forget-me-nots. And that's a leaf behind it. Here's the reverse. My camera is all wonky. So that's cool. So look for clovers. Each type gives a different color. The green ones are really bright green, and those red ones are the aqua color. This one's kind of goopy, but I still like it. This was a seed pod of a weed. And that was African daisy that I tried. So on the back of it has these dark brown stripes. It was a yellow one, and that's the color it came out as. You kind of have to play with them and see what you can dream up. And that was it. And then I had to come on, clean my table. But it was fun. So, have any of you guys tried it? I know Colleen was going to try. Thanks, Eileen. Yeah, you just have to, instead of just trying to fill in your space, try to do a composition, to look at it as a floral arrangement. And then they look really nice. I wonder why Dot thinks that. What? What does Dot think? Where is Dot? Oh, oh, she's done this before? Awesome. Yeah. Why is she keeping it a secret? We could have been doing this years ago, Dot. Come on. You're going to try it? Awesome, Paula. You'll love it. It's so much fun. And you can use weeds. I find weeds really are cool. So doesn't have to be, fancy flowers, perennials. It's usually the smaller flowers. And one that I don't have any of, but will probably be gorgeous, are pansies. So you get so many different colors in pansies. I bet that would be gorgeous. So if anyone's got pansies, try it out. I want to see what they're like. If this was done in a die cutter, I know. In a die cutter? Oh, same thing type, like the rolling die cutter type thing? Yeah, it's probably been done before. You just don't see it, that's all. Maybe if we seal the smooshed flowers. Well, yeah, you could. A lot of times they're squished so much that they're like so thin you can't peel them off. You have to kind of roll them off. But if you did, just leave them there, let them dry. They would probably remain flat, and then you could take a like a sealer of some sort and spray the whole page, and they probably stay there. Give it a try, CV. Yeah. solution over it. Stop the decoloring. Maybe, I don't know. Not sure. I know you can get a UV sealer. That might help. Although, you know, you do see dried flowers that are still like vibrant in color. So whether they treat them with something, I don't know. I think I'll probably try spraying a few of them, and then I'll put them in the sun and see what happens. That sounds good, Paula. Say you need a sample. I'd assume you might need to spray front and back as it's some kind of oxidizing. Yeah, you would, probably. Um, some still look even when they go. Yeah, they do. They look cool when they're sepias too. Thought you smoosh plants through a big shot like us and so I thought we could play with some of them and see if we can enhance. And then I want to do a little bit of my art journal. Oh, and Teresa, thank you so much for my card. That was so nice of you. I love getting cards from you. So, let's find one that we can play with. I want them fairly, probably the ones we did last week. So they're drier. These are kind of damp. That one's not bad. Okay. I'll play with one of these. You could paint on them. You could do all kinds of stuff with these. Some of them you don't need to do anything at all. Let's enhance this one. Well, because we used artist quality, you can't use pencil crayon on these because it's too slick. You could spray it or put a clear gesso on it, and then you could probably do a little bit of whatever on it, if that's what you want to do. Or we can just use markers, probably markers. Although this is acrylic, so you're gonna kill your marker. So probably you'd have to paint more on it. or a pen. Maybe that would work. You got a acrylic pen, maybe. Have you tried a Gemini? Okay, so if we were going to enhance this, what would we do? Now we could use this just as a background, which would be pretty. Actually, I think I'm going to try black first. I'm going to do some today, but too wet to pick the leaves. Gold pen. A gold pen? Yeah, I could put gold on it too. Here's some negative painting here. So kind of like ink, pen and ink and watercolor. Just emphasize parts. Depends what you want to do. You want to keep it so that it's kind of hard to see what's what, but you could draw something on here too, like face or animal. Kind of like negative painting. Or you could make designs too, like doodle. That would be cool. You just have to play, see what you can dream up. So I'm just going to do the center, little opened areas here, just to define where all the leaves are a little bit more. You could just make a wave of black go through here from one end to the other. It would look kind of cool. It makes your eye follow and it opens this up a little bit. the area that's kind of mishmashed together. Define the edges of some of the leaves so they kind of know where they are. Like that there. That neat looking leaf. Down there. Just make up a bunch of lines kind of showing twigs. They don't necessarily have to be that thing, but if you show a little bit of negative painting, your eye will look at it as a twig or a bunch of twigs. Sometimes it's fun to do that, just make up negative space. One of these opposite of the blue-green bunny landscape would be funny. Oh, that would look nice, yeah. Now we'll have to audition it, see what it looks like. Could put a wash of colors on too. See. I think that goes there. This is an acrylic marker, so I could still go over top of this with a wash if I wanted to. If I wanted a little bit more colors, we'll have to try that. Putting it over top of the silver or whatever color this was. Let's see. Green maybe. The wash on. blue. That's pearl. Yellow. Thought I had green. Maybe not. This is phthalo green blue shade, and it's the golden high flow, so it's very translucent. Go over this here. That's cool. Give it a glazing. I don't know if you can see it. See, it's got a more of a green look to it now. Let's get some yellow. Transparent yellow oxide. Let's see what that does. Actually, I think I'll finish. This is also one of those leaves, so we'll put some green on the edges here. And float it out. Down the veins. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a different color. Let's try the yellow and see if you can see that better. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Lori. Thanks. It's fun. We did these smushing flowers. Some of them turned out really cool. It's always fun to experiment. This might be too. Try it. See what this turns out. Let's do these here. The yellow. You could do the gold too with it. So it just gives a little bit of different look. And it doesn't cover up the existing print. It just colors it a bit. You still get that shimmer through it too, which is nice. So you just glaze over it and you still can keep your shimmer. Do one here, may as well. I like threes. So if you want to coordinate a page with a certain color, this would be a great idea. That way you could do a whole bunch of them and then use them for different projects by just changing the color. See? It just gives it a subtle difference. Now I could wash that out too. With my infamous shading gray. You guys remember that? Everyone had to go out and buy the shading gray. And you just need such a small amount of this stuff too, because it goes a long way. Just darkens the area a little bit more. Okay, let's dry that, and then we'll maybe add a little white to it, or silver. White. Yeah, it is a pretty glaze. I like using these four glazes. They are nice. Let's see. Do just highlights if you wanted to. Oh, I just put my hand in it. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to show it, but you can do all kinds of stuff. It's just a sample, or you could actually doodle the background if you wanted to. You could do stenciling over it. Let's see what we can do with one of these. Now you could just leave it, spray it with some ink. Colored pencil, that's the nice thing about this paper, the acrylic paint, is you can use colored pencil to enhance things if you wanted to. So this one, you could bring out the leaf a little more. Ooh. You also use pan pastels on these too. It's kind of hard to see, but depends how heavy handed you want to be. If you want to keep that nice muted look, then you wouldn't want to do a whole lot. Doodle on the or you could get a sepia pen and start doing all that. Let's try that. Take you in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. This is a very fine point, but you don't have to do the whole thing too. You just kind of suggest, I guess you could say, what it was, like the outer edges. Or just find the lighter areas and just doodle around them where the different shades differ. See it? Probably too. Oh, I'm not even showing you the right one. That's why. There. Yeah, so you're enhancing it. Kind of like doodling, actually. So I'm not doing the whole thing, just where the darker areas are. What you guys are saying? Kind of boring for you guys. Why it's so hard to do drawing or stuff like this because it's something you kind of have to concentrate on, and that's when I get quiet. I'm quiet to begin with, so it's like putting you all to sleep. Mm, So if you want, if it's all up to you. Just leave it as beautiful as it is. But if you want to, just give it a little something else to make it pop a little bit. Just do a little doodling on it. It's fun. And it's actually more relaxing than Zentangling because you don't have to think of anything to do. It's there already. You just have to emphasize it a little bit. So it'd be great for just a calming thing to do. The only thing you're looking for are the darker hues, the color. Colleen, that's fun. Oh. Let's see what we can do with this one. Hey, Devin. Just kind of doodling on my prints that we did the other day. My squish prints. Yeah. So you don't have to go overboard. Just a little here, a little there. Just in the darker areas. Pretty. All right. So where did my folder go? All right. So yeah, it's this one we have to finish. And because that's the back, and these are all being put together. Oh, let me take you out. A little too close now. Because this is June, and this one was May. So when I flip it like a book, this will be showing with June. So I want to have kind of similar that would be pretty with it. Also could go something like that and put something underneath it. I'll put this on top. Or we could use these as pockets too. See what else we got here. That would work too. Or I could have something like this and this. It'd be pretty. And this one, that's pretty too. That one would really look nice with that. We could put that with it. We also just have this type of thing too. I like the green in it too. That and that. I like this one. Now you could take, if you want, when you're doing these, take some scans or pictures of these. I think I did scan this one. Pretty sure I did. So we could take a nice dark color around the edge here. That would be kind of cool. Or if you have any paper you want to use up, or newspaper would be cool. Let's see. This. Tear up a bunch and glue it on. Around the edges. My glue out. And glue brush. I didn't wet my brush, I just glue them on. Just putting them on any old way. Nothing really special. You can always cut things off later. I'll put stuff on there. Look at that corner. Right. And where did I put that? I'm just going to tear the edge off. I want it nice and raggedy. Okay. Want it centered or not? What else I had to do? Add a little bit more. And look at that, April 2020. Isn't that neat? I'm going to put it right here. Now it won't show. Oh well. Put it down on it. It wasn't April anyways. Oh well. Put that there. And I'm just going to glue it right on. Get my, where did I put it? I put my, oh, there it is. Okay. So that'll be how it looks. I think that'll look cool. And I could put, you know, a little caption here or whatever. You can always add to these. That's the nice thing about them. Awesome, Devin. It's fun. You never know what you're going to get. That's the neat thing about it. Some leaves you pick up, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be such a neat color, and some of them don't do anything at all. Or I found one that really was unusual was a raspberry, a wild raspberry leaf. The top printed, but not the bottom. But the top is really cool. Dandelion leaves are awesome. Nice thing about these folders too is they're nice and sturdy. You can put as much stuff on them and they're not going to fall apart. Takes a while for this to dry. A lot of matte medium. It's like you walk through the landscape and pick the leaves you chose into. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Colors match perfectly. Serendipity. Yeah. Now you can just take your scissors and cut off any of the stuff that's hanging over. Yeah, you could have put all kinds of stuff. There's tissue papers, or I could have painted on it too. I'm just using what I have. That's the whole point of this, is to use what you got. Now, a few little doodads, but not bad. Now I can take a black ink and just go around the edges if I wanted to. The little areas like that. And then you could put just a word for that month for May. I didn't have much in May. I was busy in the garden. That's why I have my seed pack. Put washi tape. You could do. You could stencil. That might look kind of cool. Some white molding paper. What should I do? This one. That might be kind of cool. I have this one too. This, I think that's too big. I think that would be too much. That one. I think I'm leaning towards this. that. I'm gonna try some. I'm just gonna, this is harder to use. Let's see. Okay, we'll let that dry. Gotta clean the stuff off your stencil. It's not good if it dries. You'll never get it off. This one's really a difficult one. It's all wonky. Here. Tina. Welcome to my channel. I don't think I remember seeing you here. Are you new to just chat, or thanks for coming? Part kind of got smushed, so I'm just going to take it off. Because you could do it with matte medium on. There. Once it's dry, I'll put some, do the edges in brown or whatever. And then that will match. So that should look good with this month's, like that. Camera's backwards. Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Awesome, Tina. So that should done for May. So I gotta put this somewhere to dry so I don't mess it up. And then this one, no, I haven't really done any more to this. Now I could put leaves on here if I wanted to, or I could just leave it the way it is. It's cute the way it is. It's very simplistic. So I can change the color inside, and whatever inside goes onto this side. That's basically what I've been doing. So I'm thinking I want to go into these. So I can put this type of thing with these too. I bet these would be, I don't know. I think I have to tea dye some of these. I wonder. That one matches that. And then I could always use my leftover papers. There's greens. I could go into brown. I want to stick to browns, I think. This has been my adventure for this month. Has been my prints. Not that great at tearing stuff. Put that on a background or paint. I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to cut out around these the outlines of these leaves, and that'll be the edge. I think I'm going to dry some of these flowers too and use them in my journals. I think that would look cool. If I do that, go down there. That can be on the edge. Let's see what colors do I have. This is kind of cool too. Oh, this would look cool. I need something brown. Oh, how about that's kind of cool. Although there's not much contrast. I like that one though. I think I like that. I don't know. I do want to use that, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. I need green or purple. These are just jelly prints I did on newspaper. You guys hear my dog? It's pitiful. I'm up here all by myself. That. Then this one down here. Do you like the bark option? Don't you find it blends in too much though? What's she like? Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you're here. I have a question for you. Our first members live for you is on the last Wednesday of each month at 1 Eastern. So that's the 24th. Is that good for you? Wednesday, 24th. No, I have my first open studio. What day would be good for you? Let me know. I think I'm going to do the purple. I'm going to use the bark elsewhere. Any day but that one. Okay. I'll message you on Twitter. We can figure out a day for you. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. It's for the third level. So we're going to be doing a journaling live. So I'll go on Ustream so you can join me. Where did I put that roll of paper towels? Oh. Oh, shoot. Forgot. This guy goes underneath. Right, and then this guy goes on like so. Yep, it's gonna work. Are we going to get Kathy smashing leaves? Wow, this new ink I got doesn't even run. This is awesome. And it's a cheap ink. Wow, that's great. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to lift that if it hadn't have been painted with acrylic paint. That's for sure. It's gonna look cool. And then I just have to cut the back there. I like that these two colors match, so gives it continuity. Then I could also do this on this side. Put something down the center and around the top, just shy of fitting. But what could I do? I could do a green to match this. But we're going to have to let this sit. And I got to go feed my puppies. You like this one? That's one of the downloads from my son. So you can go here. It's Alpha Channel. Actually, in my last video, in the description, his link is in there if you want to download it. You get 29 downloads for $3 something. Yeah, that's in the pack. No, I guess I better get going because I can hear them going crazy upstairs. Oh, thanks, Helen. Does it work? Yeah, and I'm going to be using these in this month's journal. So if you want Art of Lawn, just download it. It's a well worth pack. And we're going to be working with nature this month. So if I have time, I will come on again and probably maybe this weekend. We'll see. It's supposed to be a hot one, so I won't be gardening. So we'll let you guys go and get out in your garden and pick some weeds. Yeah, you'll look at weeds in a totally different way now. So get out there and get some and have some fun. So we'll see you all later. Bye for now.